through the whole video.
This is coming from a socialist.
No, no, no.
The level of credibility you have as a socialist.
Yes,
a system that has never worked.
But
I want to hear it.
That is anti-oligarch.
But I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Go for it.
First off,
yeah,
you seem to not understand that these were not undocumented immigrants who were getting these Social Security numbers. They are non-citizens. Now, when you came to this country...
Patrick Bet-David sat on a plane with Elon Musk and repeated a viral immigration statistic to millions of people without checking a single primary source first. Sam Seder walked into PBD's own studio and dismantled it with one specific legal distinction that neither Patrick nor anyone else on that stage had an answer for. The claim was that 2.2 million new non-citizen Social Security numbers represented evidence of illegal immigrants gaming the American system. The documented reality is that every single one of those Social Security numbers was issued through the program that has existed since the Reagan era, serves legally present non-citizens, including green card holders and refugees, and was actually expanded under the first Trump administration, not Biden, Trump. I'm Tara Weston, and this channel exists for exactly this moment when a viral statistic with enormous political consequences gets repeated on one of the largest podcasts in the world without the basic factual verification that would and have taken 20 minutes on the Social Security Administration's own website. Let's get into it.
Your community out, help your party out. There are certain policies that you keep pitching that is no longer popular, that's been exposed so many times, because what we learned, like the biggest part why some of the conservatives like the Doge concept and some of the Democrats that like the Doge concept is it's government wasted expenditure. Obama talked about it, Clinton's talked about it, people on the left, they've talked about it for many, many years. And the average person watches this and says, okay, so after 4 million, you want to put the tax rate at 90%? Yes, I do. Okay, so all you're saying is that the government knows how to use my money better than free enterprise? I don't believe that.
Well,
so that's where the argument stops.
That's not the premise of why I want to do that taxation. I mean, the government will redistribute the money, and
that's no longer a popular idea in America.
I
that's the part where you see the young Turks kind of growing and evolving and seeing some of the ideas that kind of is not popular.
I listen. The fact of the matter is government always redistributes money. It always redistributes money. Every government at every moment is redistributing money. The question is, which direction is that money flowing? That's it. There is no doubt. Governments redistribute money at every moment. The question is, which direction
are they at it?
What?
How successful have they been at it? How good are they at it? How much waste have they done with redistributing money?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, look, we have a massive, massive military budget. And if you want to look for waste and fraud in government, that is where you go. That's where all the money is. Everybody knows it. There's an enormous amount of waste and fraud. They can't even get through an audit. How many audits has it been? Half a dozen? Social Security,
yeah, Pentagon.
And they can't pass a single audit.
I agree.
Social Security is audited all the time. Do you know how much money? Let's talk about this for a second. I watched the video of you guys on the plane down of when Elon Musk was in Wisconsin blowing up his whole brand, essentially. And he was on stage with a guy named Garcias. Do you guys remember this video?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It was like 2 days ago.
Yes. The Social Security numbers spiking in the last 4 years.
The Social Security numbers.
2.2 million new non-citizen Social Security numbers. Yes.
And the amount of misinformation from every single person, all of you, was astonishing to me.
What was it? What was the misinformation that was said?
Well, I almost feel like we should go through the whole video.
This is coming from a socialist.
No.
The level of credibility you have as a socialist. A system that has never worked. But I want to hear it.
That is anti-oligarch.
But I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Go for it.
First off,
yeah,
you seem to not understand that these were not undocumented immigrants who were getting these Social Security numbers. They are non-citizens. Now, when you came to this country, you were an immigrant. Your parents came legally.
Right.
Every single one of those people who got those Social Security numbers are here legally. They're not citizens, just like you weren't when you first came to this country.
Yeah.
You get a green card. Your parents get a green card. They go through a process.
Yeah.
All of those people, and to understand, they got their Social Security card.
I really want to see your point.
Well, the point is, you referred to them as undocumented and illegal.
No,
you did.
I said non-citizen.
No, excuse me.
Don't say everyone here. I said non-citizen. Correct yourself.
I can't remember which one of you got it wrong. I think you did.
Just be
right?
specific.
You're thinking, but
we can play the video and go through it. But
I'm still trying to get to the point.
I just want to make.
Point?
Well, the point is, they're not illegal.
Yeah.
They're not undocumented. They're all legal.
Right.
The expansion from that program, the EBE program, which is Enumeration Beyond Entry, was started under the Trump administration. The numbers have gone up because, yes, under Biden, as opposed to Trump, there was an expansion of people who were here, probably, I'm not sure.
A lot of illegals.
Excuse me.
10 plus million.
Not a single one of them.
Record-breaking number of people.
Hold on, you're changing
in.
the subject now.
No, I'm not changing the subject.
I'm talking about that video.
Yeah.
And every one of those Social Security numbers.
Let us go through the documented facts precisely because this specific factual dispute has real consequences for millions of legally present people in the United States. The program at the center of this debate is called Enumeration Beyond Entry. It is a Social Security Administration program that issues Social Security numbers to non-citizens who are legally present in the United States. The eligible categories include green card holders, refugees, asylum seekers with pending cases, people with temporary protected status, and certain visa holders. Every person who receives a Social Security number through this program has gone through a documented legal immigration process. They are not undocumented. They are not illegal. They are legally present non-citizens. The same legal status Patrick Bet-David himself held when he immigrated to the United States from Iran. Sam Seder made that comparison directly, and it is the most important moment in that entire exchange. Patrick Bet-David built his entire public brand on the story of his family's legal immigration journey. He has spoken extensively about arriving in the United States legally, going through the process, building a life, and achieving success through the documented American system. Every single person who received one of those 2.2 million Social Security numbers went through the same documented legal process Patrick went through. Calling them illegal or undocumented is not a policy position. It is a factual error applied to legally present people that Patrick himself would have been included among at an earlier point in his own life. The Enumeration Beyond Entry program was not created by the Biden administration. It was created under the Reagan administration, and its usage expanded. And this is the receipt that exposes the entire viral claim as politically motivated rather than factually grounded. Under the first Trump administration, the program's enrollment numbers increased during Trump's first term because the administration expanded the categories of legally present non-citizens who qualify for Social Security numbers, the spike in numbers that Elon Musk pointed to on a Wisconsin stage and that Patrick repeated on his podcast as evidence of Biden-era immigration abuse was a continuation of a trend that accelerated under the administration that was supposedly cracking down on exactly this kind of program. The voting claim deserves direct examination because it was the most politically explosive element of the original viral presentation. Social Security cards issued to non-citizens through the Enumeration Beyond Entry program are printed with a specific restriction directly on the card. The card states that it is not valid for employment and in some cases explicitly states that the holder is not authorized to work. More importantly, non-citizens are not legally permitted to vote in federal elections regardless of whether they hold a Social Security number. A Social Security number does not confer citizenship. It does not confer voting rights. The suggestion that 2.2 million Social Security numbers issued to legally present non-citizens represents a mechanism for illegal voting requires ignoring both the printed text on the cards themselves and the federal law governing voting eligibility that has nothing to do with Social Security number status. Patrick's response to being corrected was to call Sam Seder a socialist and question his credibility on that basis. That response is worth examining on its own terms because it is the precise moment the factual argument was abandoned in favor of a label. Seder's political orientation is not relevant to whether the Social Security Administration's own documented program description matches the viral claim being corrected. Either the people who received those Social Security numbers were legally present non-citizens or they were not. Either the program was expanded under Trump or it was not. Either non-citizens with Social Security numbers can vote in federal elections or they cannot. None of those factual questions are answered by calling the person asking them a socialist. The broader pattern this exchange exposes is more consequential than the specific statistic. One of the largest podcasts in the world, with an audience in the tens of millions, sat on a plane with the world's richest man and repeated a viral immigration claim to that audience without checking the Social Security Administration's own publicly available program documentation. The claim was factually wrong in its core characterization. The people described as illegal immigrants were legally present non-citizens. The program described as a Biden-era expansion was started under Reagan and accelerated under Trump. And the voting concern attached to the claim was not supported by federal voting law or the text printed on the cards themselves. When viral statistics with that level of factual error reach audiences of that size without correction, the downstream consequences are real and measurable. Legally present non-citizens, people who went through the same documented legal process Patrick Bet-David went through, get characterized as illegal system abusers to millions of people who have no reason to doubt the source. Immigration policy debates get conducted on a foundation of factual errors that benefit one political narrative while doing documented harm to real people whose legal status is being deliberately misrepresented. Tara Weston checks the primary source before repeating the statistic every time, regardless of which political direction the correction points. The Social Security Administration's documentation on the Enumeration Beyond Entry program is publicly available. The federal voting eligibility laws are publicly available. The enrollment statistics showing program expansion under the Trump administration are publicly available. None of this required a socialist. It required 20 minutes and a willingness to check before repeating. I'm Tara Weston. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to give a like and follow. Peace.